this funny video will shock you guys and gals. BlackRock is interested in XRP Ripple. As the biggest company in the world, they are buying XRP coins worth a lot of money. This is crazy. The best part is that experts say the price of XRP Ripple could go through the roof and reach $22,000, 0 cents. That's pretty cool, right? This is the most important movie ever made about XRP Ripple. There is a lot of talk in the XRP community, and this time it's not just hype. It could be the beginning of history. There are rumors that BlackRock, the biggest asset manager in the world, is getting ready to apply for a spot XRP ETF, but there has been no official word on it yet. It's now being talked about by many crypto experts. And bold claim in another tweet by Javier the Rippler said that BlackRock CEO Larry Fink is meeting with SEC Commissioner Paul Atkins behind closed doors to talk about the ETF. This made things even worse, and there were jokes and memes. John Squire tweeted, "But there is a real question behind the joke. What will happen if BlackRock does apply for an XRP ETF?" Before you can understand how important this is, you need to know what an ETF is. An exchange-traded fund, or ETF, is like a music mix for your investments. You're not just buying one song or one object. In this case, you're buying a full set that can be bought and sold. To make investing easier and more accessible, ETFs are traded on regular stock exchanges. This means that a spot XRP ETF would let buyers of all sizes get exposure to XRP without having to deal with the technical problems that come with wallets, private keys, and exchanges. It's a way to make regular money. BlackRock's involvement could make all the difference. BlackRock is in charge of more than $10 trillion, 0 cents in assets. Wall Street listens when it talks, and people in power listen when they act. We've seen this happen before. BlackRock asked for spot Bitcoin ETF, and the SEC finally agreed, even though they had said no before. Billionaires poured into the market like water into a dam. Now the question is whether XRP will go in the same direction. There is more and more talk in the ETF world about how likely it is that XRP and Solana will be accepted at the same time as other altcoin ETF applications. This is the same trend that was seen with Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs. A famous ETF expert named Nate Garassi even said that this could happen if big names like BlackRock and Fidelity get involved. Our market bet says there's a very good chance that an XRP ETF will be allowed by the end of 2025. There's even a small chance that it could happen already in July 2011. What makes this so interesting, Ripple, is the background in law. The long battle with the SEC over whether XRP is a property or not. At the end of that case, it was decided that XRP sold on secondary markets is not a security. It was possible for ETFs and other goods used by institutions. Because of this decision, BlackRock is known for being very careful with their moves. They wouldn't even consider making an XRP ETF unless the rules were right. If BlackRock files, the price of XRP could drop quickly and dramatic. Institutions that were hesitant before would now have a legal controlled way to get into XRP. Demand could go through the roof, and not just because it's useful. There would also be a lot of money coming in. BlackRock's presence would have for some, it would mean the end of XRP as a token that was sued over to a digital asset that Wall Street would accept. XRP's story has always been one of strength, and if BlackRock joins the team, it could also be one of recovery. Until we hear back, one thing is certain: BlackRock backing an XRP ETF is no longer just a dream, it's a possibility. If it does happen, it could be one of the biggest changes in the crypto market in years. But now things are getting really crazy. If the BlackRock XRP ETF report is true, prices will not just go up. We're talking about a huge change in the market. Some people think that XRP's value could skyrocket faster than anyone thinks. I promise that what comes next will blow your mind. If you missed Bitcoin, don't do it again. XRP is your last chance. In a tweet, XRP Dragon said again what many buyers are increasingly thinking: XRP could be the best investment of the decade, but no one sees it coming. These claims aren't just words or hopes. They are based on real numbers. XRP's charts showed the golden cross which means that the short-term moving average crossed above the long-term one. This is a strong sign that the price will go up. That kind of optimism is common during bull cycles, said Trader Steph. But big runs usually come before these kinds of technical patterns. XRP went up more than 36,000, 100% in just 1 year in 2017. There are signs that things may be coming together again, and today big statements are being made how the market is like the XRP bull run in 2017. Avengers wrote, "Get ready for sudden wealth." They said that if history repeats itself, 100 XRP could be worth $10,000, 0 cents by the end of 2025. That means that one XRP is worth $1,000, 0 cents. For now, let's go back to math. If it were $50, 0 cents, the market value would be $2,950,000,000,000, 0 cents, which is more than what Bitcoin's worth now, $100, 0 cents. $5 trillion, 0 cents, which is almost twice as much as the whole crypto market right now. It sounds crazy, but there's a catch. The crypto market is growing faster than most people realize. A supporter of Cardano recently said that the cryptocurrency market could reach $40 trillion, 0 cents in the next few years. This would change everything. A market worth $40 trillion, 0 cents could hold about $25 trillion, 0 cents worth of Bitcoin. And XRP would be worth $50, 0 cents, even if it only got 5% of that. Also, XRP had over 31% of the market in 2017, so 5% isn't too much to get to $100, 0 cents. About 14% of the $40 trillion, 0 cents market is needed, which is a high bar, but it has been done before. The mood is also changing with rumors of political influence, such as Fabio Zuccari's likely false claim that Trump just signed an order setting the minimum price of XRP at with $1,000, 0 cents. Even more realistic views like Ken and Kenny's use of a study to say XRP could trade between $3,500, 0 cents and $22,000, 0 cents due to changes in regulations show that people are more interested in crazy situations. Of course, we need to be honest. These predictions depend on a huge number of people around the world using Ripple, trust from institutions, more usefulness growing through real-world partnerships, and a market that is much bigger than it is now. But they're not made up. A spot ETF from BlackRock would be the best sign of trust because it would let big investors, retirement plans, and regular banks deal with XRP without going through. If that happens, XRP might not be seen as just another altcoin. It's now more than just a way to send money or a utility ticket. It's a very important business tool.